Well, guys, we got an interesting statistic for Cyberpunk 2077. This game is already breaking records, guys. Besides glitches, I'm joking. No, but there's a big record that Cyberpunk has hit, and it's pretty interesting. We're going to go ahead and get into it now. I played this damn game for 12 hours last night. I'm wired. I'm like Cyberpunk out. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the game. And subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Subscribe down below. Gosh darn it. It's Friday. Got to get down on Friday. Let's go ahead and read this. This is some big news. Cyberpunk 2077 concurrent players hit 1 million, becoming the biggest launch title on Steam. So, the biggest launch title on Steam. That's pretty legit, actually. That's a pretty good thing. Launch day, 1 million concurrent players on Steam alone. That's not including console. So there was probably well over 1 million each playing on consoles today as well. So it says CD Projekt's much awaited game, Cyberpunk 2077, and no kidding, much awaited, has finally been released today in style. And definitely has been. The game has had a successful launch, breaking numbers left and right. On Steam, the game's concurrent players on launch are 1 million. The peak was a little above 1 million, but that does not justify the fact that it's also available on Epic Store and GOG, where it's slightly cheaper. So that's just on Steam, guys. That's how big this really is. I mean, all issues that we saw today about people reporting glitches and the patch not being as effective as we thought, whatever, there was still a huge amount of people playing this. I can't recall a game having this much hype behind it in quite some time. Honestly, I think the last one I can remember is like Red Dead, and it didn't even get these numbers because some of these games like Red Dead and them take forever to even get on PC. So they could have had these types of numbers if it was out on launch day. So let's take a look at this. It says, in contrast to the last biggest launch game on Steam, Fallout 4, which had 480k concurrent players, Cyberpunk has achieved twice the numbers. So 480k concurrent players on Steam for Fallout 4, which came out several years ago, did huge, humongous numbers, had big hype, and now Cyberpunk just destroyed it. Now, is it because new consoles are here? It's a new console generation. It came out during the holidays. People are stuck inside because of social distancing. That probably had a huge effect on the success of Cyberpunk. But this game definitely had a lot of hype behind it. I mean, they had stinking Keanu Reeves starring in the game. They had a lot of TV spots, a lot of advertising spots. They did a spot with WWE. The hype has been real on this. Like all over the news, it's Cyberpunk. I mean, even I'm milking the Cyberpunk tit a little bit on this channel. So it says, apart from these PC metrics, which are quite insane, Cyberpunk 2077 is also doing well in the reviews and media sector. Despite having countless terrible bugs and mediocre optimization, the game still has mostly positive reviews on Steam and a 91 score on Metacritic, which I'm still a little... I think people are a little too lenient and easy on the games, at least in the review phase, when people just had only review codes for PC. They were just a little too perfect for my liking. Again, I love this game. I've had a blast. I played it 12 hours straight, but it ain't a 5 out of 5. It's not a 5 out of 5. So right now, the percentage of positive reviews on Steam is 70%, which I reckon will be improved considering a 50 gigabyte patch has now rolled out to fix the entire game. So here are the top records right now of concurrent players. So this was previous games with top records. So we got PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which had 3,236,027. Then it was Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which had 1,305,714. Dota, 1,291,328. Terraria, 486,000. Fallout 4, 471. Life is Strange, 468. Among Us, 438. Postal, 408,000. Even the almighty, you know, to this day, record-breaking game GTA 5 only had 360,000 top records. And Hitman, 356. So that is crushing it, guys. Over 1 million. So it's in the top, you know, peak players. It's in the top 3 or 4. So it says Cyberpunk 2077 concurrent players also make it the 4th biggest game on Steam. It sits behind the big 3 multiplayer games of Steam, which include CSGO, Dota 2, and PUBG. If you separate the multiplayer titles, Cyberpunk 2077 also has broken the record for most concurrent players for a single-player game. So that's 2 records. Biggest launch, concurrent players, and single-player game, concurrent players. So hats off to CD Projekt Red on that. Very good deal. Very, very, very good deal. Lots of hype. Again, the hype for this game has been unreal. It says the Twitch and media metrics aren't doing bad either. The game is all over Twitter, YouTube, and on Twitch. It had 1.1 million viewers peak. It's also worth noting that while writing this article, Cyberpunk 2077 has not been released in the East Coast yet. So this was earlier this morning or this last night. It says other than that, many players have yet to download and install the latest updates. It'd be fascinating if we had any GOG metrics. The actual numbers could be high. And I think that was because 100% of the proceeds went to CD Projekt Red if you got it through GOG. Said Cyberpunk 2077 has somewhat kept its promise, and there's no doubt that not only will this have a better future than the highly renowned Witcher 3, but it will be regarded as one of the biggest games of all time. And that's actually really fair to say this will be one of the biggest games of all time, because, I mean, look at this. The success. And this is despite the glitches, despite the seizure warnings, besides all the different controversies that were given about this game through its development, the 7 years that we waited. Again, I got this on the Series X, the Xbox version, which has the Series X version, next gen, coming out sometime early 2021. But it's run amazingly on the Series X. I haven't ran into too many groundbreaking glitches or anything like that. And it's been a lot of fun, quite honestly. And a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. I enjoyed it so much that I was stingy with it. I wanted to keep it to myself. I didn't want to live stream it. I wanted to experience the game as much as possible alone. So I spent about 12 hours playing it. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of things I'm going to say about it. I'm still working on the game. I'm going to be streaming a different game and a different life path on stream for you guys in addition to my separate game. So I'm going to play through 2 different versions of gameplay and stuff. But yeah, congrats to Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red for the successful launch. They're going to make a lot of money off of this. And then we get free DLC in the process in the future. I'm sold. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.